Hi everybody, so in front of me is my Elemental Landscapes, Giclee, otherwise known as a cotton rag or a fine art print. This is the certificate of authenticity that I get from Art Magic here in Calgary, Alberta, my printing company. I absolutely love the quality, and these little certificates of authenticity have my original signature. They tell a bit about what the material is. So in this case, it's pigment ink on 100% cotton rag. Another term again is giclée or fine art print, and this one's 20 by 16 inches. And so it's hard for you to see all of this in this landscape mode that I'm videoing. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shake up, pardon the noise, I'm gonna shake up my jacquard alcohol ink in rich gold. And I'm embellishing this print for my clients. So this client has ordered two beautiful mountain prints and is going to be putting them side by side in her spare bedroom. And so what I'm going to do is just use this. This is actually a Crayola dollar store brush. And the reason I'm using this is alcohol ink is so hard on brushes. You can't just clean alcohol ink off with soap and water. You have to actually clean your brushes in rubbing alcohol. So I'm just gonna see if I can get a little texture on the edges here. I roll my brush a little bit to get that rich gold into this moon shape. And I'm just gonna turn the cotton rag as I go. It's raining here in Calgary, Alberta, which is amazing. We really need the moisture with all the forest fires we've been having in Alberta. So the rain it's lovely, but the lighting for my video may not be quite as good as it normally is. I'm just gonna put on my overhead light so you can see that shimmer in the moon of the alcohol ink. I'm really going to quickly set this print aside, and I'm going to do this print, which is called Let's Chill in the Mountains, because it also has a moon that I'd like to embellish. So I'm going to do this quickly so I don't have to shake up that alcohol ink again. And I'm just going to lay down so it's a bit thick. And normally when I embellish prints, I try to use the same paintbrush and the same energy that I used when I was first doing the painting, but that's really tricky when you're using, so for the original here, I used an acrylic paint pen. And here I'm using this alcohol ink on the cotton rag, and it's highly absorbent. So this material is like a really, really absorbent cotton watercolor type paper, and it's beautiful to work on, but you really have to know your materials and sort of what you're using. Just gonna dip in here again and to go a little bit thicker. Hi Oakley, there's my rescue dog hanging out. Okay, so I really like that. I might just do a little bit more around the edging. I'm not too particular, but I just know that sometimes if I leave a bit of the dark edge, I don't love it. And I love how the moon, when you see photographs of the moon, you really see all the amazing texture that, you know, it's just so magical to see such texture. So I almost want to try and evoke that same texture in my embellished piece. And the other challenge here is trying to get your moon round. And you kind of, I've done this so many times, so you kind of get to know the brush and the speed at which you can go. I think that's pretty amazing right here. I'm just gonna again roll my brush and get that edge, and then go from there. So yeah, I love that. What I'm gonna do is cap this jacquard alcohol ink gold cotton rags are not very forgiving. If you splash anything on other than water, it's you're gonna have to make it part of your painting. I'm just gonna stick my brush in some rubbing alcohol to clean it, just while I do this video so my brush doesn't tighten up. And I'm gonna dry it off here on my watercolor paper towel rag. And then we're gonna let this dry, but I'm actually gonna clean my brush a little bit more and just see if I can use my brush for anything else on here I can. I'm going to, I made this fluorescent pink by creating a mixture of white and fluorescent red. So that's my trick for this gorgeous pink acrylic paint. And I use it to embellish a lot of my work. I do think I'm gonna switch brushes to maybe, I'm just trying to decide what brush do I want to use. Okay, this brush should be okay. I'm really carefully gonna bring this over and I'm gonna embellish with the pink over here. So I'm gonna dip it in, it's fairly thick. I'm gonna push down and just get that kind of petal-like look that was in the original. And I had a bit of water on my paintbrush, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of a thicker amount on there. And then I'm gonna set this print aside. There's more to do on it, but I'll set it aside, let it dry, because I have to do this embellishment in stages so I don't smudge anything. And I'm gonna switch back to this one, my Elemental Landscapes, and I'm going to just bring you down a little bit. I'm gonna do the pink over here, and I'm also gonna add a little bit of an oil pastel as a trick after this dries, and I'll definitely do another video where I show that because it's just such a cool effect. So there's that signature pink, and I'm actually gonna cap this just so I don't bump it. And then I'm also gonna do the very edge. I just bumped the camera too, sorry guys. I'm gonna do this edge, which is very tough, it's strategic, but go right along the edge there. And just where the frame will sit on the corner. And then I'm gonna go back and embellish a little bit more, but we'll let this dry. I think this looks good for now. What I do when I have extra paint on my brush is I grab anything. Actually, I just painted my tripod, which is very entertaining. It'll remind me of this awesome video. Oh, here we go. So this is a background where you can see I was using the same pink, and instead of putting it down the drain, I'm just gonna let it dry on this 140-pound mixed media paper. And then I can go back to this and create a painting because I have this beautiful base layer, and painting is all about layering. So that's all I'm gonna show you for now. I'm just gonna see if I can take you up a bit so you can see this full mountain print. It's really beautiful, and we'll go from there.